Welcome to RGNY Land. This is updated of mid-February 2023. First of all, let's check the park stats. We stand at $17 per entry. We have a 4-star rating, which is probably going to change. I don't know why the park value isn't loading in. But we do have, okay, there it is, a $1.1 million um $1.1 million value for the park. In total, we have played over 169 hours. I created this park 801 days ago, and so far, we have over 100,000 different guests that entered through this park. So now we're going to dive in the rest of the park. We're going to revisit what is pretty much different from the original park, so there's going to be a lot of different stuff. You're going to notice around the map, for example, we have 2 new monorails and 1 new train ever since the last video of this update, which is back in May of 2021. Here we have noticed that the 1.0 has pretty much changed. It only has one entrance and one entrance and exit, kind of a normal subway. This used to be the place where you enter the train, but now it's a fit subway station. The 1.0 has evolved a lot, as you can probably tell within these past almost 2 years. This says Welcome Center, but since Roblox and its tagging stuff is like always gonna like tag in every time I load in the park, I'm not going to change the signs, but I will tell you what they mean. So this says Welcome Center, just for anybody who wants to add that. This has been here for over 2 years. As you all know, the 1.0 does cross through the mainland bridge, which is the only section, this is the only corridor where the 1.0 is above ground. Mainly, it was an original tour guide, but since that is no longer the name, but it does go around the loop, it goes around to every section around the park. Nearly. We originally had this as the Enterprise Station. Now, again, some signs are like, are not tagged, but like, it depends. This station, when we last visited in May of 2021, this was literally like, it was so dark, we had no lights. It was not a station yet, it was so dirty, but we did organize it, and now all stations include ceiling lights and accessibilities for passengers and riders. If you revisit the 1.0 video from May, you may notice that we should have been gone up, but instead we're going down, and we follow the same path as we did if we were above ground to the left, and this is the complex station, which is still the train complex, which has been recently renovated a few days ago, and we're going to look at it once we actually go to the surface. We're not going to visit it in this station in this video, not yet, but as people are going down there, that's for the 3.0, which we're going to visit. It's a new subway line that was not in the game until of July of 2021, and we filmed that previous video in May, so we don't have the 3.0 in our system as of that video just yet, but we will visit it in a couple of minutes. Anyways, we are hitting the mid-island station. This would be the original island station, but since the island has expanded, this is now called the mid-island. So on the other section, this is an island station, so like there's a platform in between 2 tracks. That's the other track that's the station we're gonna come back to. We're gonna come back to this. So this is kind of a loop. We have unlocked a new section called the New Nations, and we're going into it now, which was originally a locked plot that we didn't buy yet, if you looked back at the old video. So we're going to go into a new corridor now, which has been here for a while. It's been here since, I don't know, it's been here since, like, probably autumn of 2021, so, it's kind of disappointing that we didn't really make a follow-up video, until now, so, like, it was kind of, like, disappointing that it was such a huge gap. By the way, this tracks right here is for the 2.0. It has expanded into New Nations, so for anybody wondering, because we thought that was the end of the 2.0, but ever since then we had expanded a lot as well, so including 2 new stations. Again, 2.0 is a 2-directional train, kind of like the real system, so it runs between 2 directions and has 2 direction service patterns. So We're heading into Northeast New Nations, and I want to quickly get off here because I want to really show you where we're actually at. Because before this train leaves, so we are over here, and the park entrance is over there. So we pretty much made it through a lot of the park. Now this is northeast. The next stop is northwest. This is gonna take a while because we're kind of under the water. So, I'll get off in a bit and I'll show you where we're at. Like it's kind of also I've updated the graphics so it's a lot higher. So now you can see everything like a lot clearer for like when it comes to ridership, when it comes to these rides and everybody all the guests. The New Nations territory only has one actual accessible road that goes into the New Nations territory. Other than that, you have to take a train, or a monorail, which is the new Purple Line. Other than that, you can't really get into New Nations, which is probably the reason why no one actually gets to this section, which is always the reason why we always want to check the ridership numbers with the Purple Line because it connects. So we are nearly over here. That's the park entrance. We were just over there. We just crossed under the river. I'm going to get on here. I know that's not how it works, but whatever. I just want to get this video done as fast as possible because these train rides are going to be pretty fast. The next stop is the Mid-Island, which is the station we were just at. That's going to take about in like 30 seconds, so we're going to get through that soon. Also, this is probably useless information, but we're standing at my current amount of money is $4 million. It was originally at like 4 million and then like 50,000, but I had to like waste it because I was trying to build the New Forest extension. This is where we are at. There's another train. I don't know why we always like don't get lucky and see it the same thing, but this is the island station. Pretend you're here. You've been waiting here for like 10 minutes because the layover is like so crazy. You would get out and then you would think we would go outside, but no. You're just entering a new corridor we just recently added like a few days ago. This is the underground forest section. But yeah. This is the North Forest Station. It was recently well, not really, but it was added when we unlocked the new forest territory. So originally, by the right to the right of me, we didn't unlock it yet. Over there is it's blocked, but there's the 3.0 station for the North Forest over there. We're technically in the forest right now. And now we're going to go into the deepest station of all, and it is the forest station. Now you would think it would be a lot higher than the deepest station. This is 18 meters, 18 game meters under the surface. And I'll explain to you why this is the deepest station. This is where we're going to end our journey, our entire tour video. Sawyer, hello. Remember this station. We're gonna come back to it in like 10 minutes. Unless we're gonna skip through the video, but we are basically underground. Just follow the entire same path as we are like now. We originally, if you remember that video, we originally go all the way around through the mainland cafe, but that little thing was a little bit too costly and I didn't want to buy it. But this is just a straight connection through. We originally didn't have the straight connection through towards the welcome center, but because of so many rides, so like, and we are back at where we started. Right here, Welcome Center. I don't know if you remember this, but we were here about 890 seconds ago. The ride has been cut down. By the way, we also have one-way signs to keep the flow of traffic in the same direction. It was added not long ago, but it's there. Anyways, I'm going to cross the mainland bridge. There is the 1.0 over there. We're going to take the 2.0, which pretty much hasn't changed, except I changed my mind. It has changed. We recently rebuilt the complex, and the 2.0 was rebuilt in July of 2022, but that complex project hasn't been touched ever since. So we're gonna get to this. This says Intense Rides Boulevard. I think that's 2.0, but I don't know what that fourth word was gonna say, but We also wanted to move this exit over here. That's kind of in the works, but we didn't do that yet. So I have no idea when this is gonna come, but just a quick little ride. I don't know when the train's gonna get here, cause like we're kind of in a hurry. I didn't time base this, but this is gonna be kind of depressing if this is not from a train. But I would cut this out, but like, okay, here it is. Here it's coming. Again, the stations are like this is a complete like subway line here. It has two directional. You're gonna see a lot of 2.0 trains. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but the trains have colors. Back in May of 2021, we didn't have those because they were all like the default color that were great. Now it's to organize it because we know the complex is kind of hard to like sort them, but as you can see, that's the other directional track. You're gonna see a lot of other 2.0 trains as we pass by this journey because we're gonna sit here for the entire thing. This is a new extension. This is a new corridor. We didn't have these stations yet because we didn't unlock this plot yet. So like the original double decker was just that Intense Ride Boulevard station and then all the way down to the complex. That's the Wild Mouse coaster. We're now at the Whoosh coaster station, so like upstairs is the opposite direction. To the right is not our park anymore, so we couldn't build it in the same level and then have it like left and right because we don't own that. But you're gonna notice a lot of ups and downs here, like right here. We might be able to see a 2.0 train coming around right here. You're gonna notice there's a lot of meetings here. You might like even meet a new friend or something. But in pretend like for the winter, we do have built-in heaters as well as roofs. Oh look, there's Brayley. We're coming up to the surface, and this is the complex station. Again, we're gonna come back to the complex in a bit. Stations we're gonna visit on our own. So this station was originally built as, I'm gonna count this as southbound and northbound. You're gonna look at like that direction. This is the northbound. This northbound platform wasn't even a platform. It wasn't even a station. It was like literally built to the point where you can't even build the station. But it was separated from the entirety. Oh look, there's another one crossing the bridge. This is the Island Complex Bridge, and basically the northbound complex platform was built to a point where it wasn't like it was separated. You can find that in the May 2021 video. That's still there. Looks like Terrence wants to ride the southbound platform. See where Freya wants to go. I don't know. You have two directions you can choose. This is the Mid-Island station. You can choose 1.0, 3.0. Station we were earlier at, but like this is upper level, so we are now going into the New Nations territory. This little intersection has been conflicted a lot. Like we can't have them built at the same time, but I know like they'll rarely intersect and like crash, quote crash, but it has happened before. I've seen it. So I tried to like get rid of it, but like kind of hard. 1.0 is right there. We were just there actually, but like it was secretly like you secretly couldn't see it. And this is the Northeast New Nation station where we were just at. I don't remember if you noticed, but we were just here like probably like 5 minutes ago. We were here 5 minutes ago, and we're gonna go back to the complex. We're gonna ride 2 stations. And then we're going to go to you know what? We'll take a little pit stop here. I'll take a little pit stop at the complex. I'll give you a little tour of the complex. Give you a little tour. So before we get there, I want to like talk a little bit about the complex. We were trying to make it like an actual subway station. So how it's gonna work is it's not just one exit, it's multiple exits. You can't like, I know like we want everybody to exit at the same place, that way it's crowded, but in case of a fire, you know, we gotta have fire safety and like that. So like that is the original station for the East Islands of the Island Transport 3.0, so you might want to keep an eye out on that. I'll give you a little history on the 3.0 once we get there. We can transfer it at the complex, but... Oh, there's the orange and the blue lines. They were recently... and there's the purple line, by the way. The orange and the blue lines were recently open, because of the complex. You know... the project paused between July and February, I guess. And there's the red line. It doesn't go here, but the blue and the orange don't even make stops here, so I don't know why I made them go through there, but they go through the island gold mine. So like, there you have it. There's another I almost said red line. There's another 2.0. All right, we're gonna get off here. I want to give you a little tour. It's really bright because I added like so many ceiling lights, but it's not that bright whenever it's daytime. But so here is the lowest, not really, but here is the exit 4. They're pretty much labeled with exit numbers. So let me give you a tour. This is the complex station. It's now so organized. Everything is like on top of each other. You know what it used to be? I'm not gonna show you it, but the original video, which you can find, it was literally top on top on top. Well, not really. One was like right here, and then one was like all the way up there. So like it was so unorganized. It was like so annoying. That's why we fixed it, and now it's all organized. Like everything's all up to each other, like an actual station platform, instead of being like one is like as high as the Eiffel Tower, and then one's like all the way down here. So here is the underground complex. So first we have our 1.0. We were just here, like probably like about 7 or 10 minutes ago. And then this is the transfer I was talking about. Here we have this little stand area here. They kind of like go through the ceiling because like it's not like deep enough. But anyways, this is the 3.0 where we're gonna be riding, but the train's not here yet. So, and if we come up here, we have another exit. So we were just about here, okay? Now I'm gonna give you a little look on the complex here. So all the way here, we have the 2.0 here. 2.0's on this level. Then we have the red and the blue. But blue you have to go all the way over here. Oh, this is kind of in the works. We just finished this station like an hour ago, so like there's gonna be some bugs. But this is the orange complex right here. I forgot to add that too. I'm sorry. Okay, that is the blue line. So that's the blue. We have the orange right here. We're gonna write all this later. So you have two choices here. So you have the exit 1, exit 2. This is, I'm not gonna talk about, but this is the planned complex 2.0 station. So it would originally come all the way here and then come here, but we didn't plan that out yet since it's supposed to like cross into a bridge, as you probably know. This is the original like blue line station. It was supposed to go up there, but I guess we'll let people go through this. We'll probably get rid of this. I know this park is still being worked on. I'm sorry, but like, hey, people are littering. Like, this is so annoying. Also, the new update, I don't know when it came out, but now you pick up trash, it's like that. Okay, we need to go all the way down here. Hopefully there's a train here. Yes, perfect. I know I missed it because that guy was originally there, but I had to give you a little tour of the complex before we go. So this line is kind of depressing. I pretty much have to jump out and show you where we actually are. So whatever happens. Happens. That's how you say it, whatever. Anyways, are we gonna even finish this in like 20 minutes? Because like, I want to wrap this up, but this is kind of a little layover, like underground connection to 1.0. We already finished most of the complex. This is gonna be a little bit of a long train journey here from this stop to the next one, so I'm gonna kind of wait for it to happen. This is a pretty long layover. This is the reason why. From this station to the previous station, it was kind of a short journey. But from this one to the next one, it's a pretty long one. It probably takes about 1.5 minutes. Actually, no, I'm exaggerating. 45 seconds. It's a pretty long journey, though. For an average around this is probably going to be a long one. To the left of us is the Mid-Island Station, I believe. Yeah, the Mid-Island Station. That's why it's so bright. we were just under here, but I don't think you can see it, but it's around there. And so basically this is the locked plot. This train was pretty much new to us between these two videos. But this train, I'm gonna tell you a lot about this one. This was originally completely above ground. So you can imagine this train. I know we just hit that, but whatever. This, you can pretty much imagine this like basically above ground. We would loop around here. I'm gonna show you where we have been though. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna jump off. This is the North Forest Station, by the way. I know I don't name them, but they're like. I'm gonna quickly jump out because like I want to show you where we are. So that's the 1.0 station. I don't know if you noticed, but that's from there. We are over here now. So we came from over there and we just looped around and then we came back over here. That was kind of complicated, but that happened. No, I'm gonna miss the train. I know I could just walk through the tracks, but like it is so depressing to like. So we're kind of in the island right now. We just made one stop in the North Forest, and now we are. That is the Mid-Island Station. We're gonna make the stop in a couple of seconds. Yeah, here's the Mid-Island Station. I'll show you where we're at. So we're now over here. Oh my god, this overpass. So we were just here. We were over there. So we just made a little stop here, and that's gonna leave now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pretend we're riding this train. I know I can go faster than a train, but whatever. Now we're in the East Islands. I'll show you where this is at. These exits are like so far away from each other. And then, now I'm not gonna show you it, but the next stop is in the complex again, so it's back there. So we basically just traced around under the water. So now I'm gonna show you the different monorails along. So past this line is not what we unlocked originally. So we didn't even unlock this section either. So yeah, I don't think we did. I don't remember. This is the purple line. It travels around the New Nations corridor. I like monorails because but I don't like them because like they're like not really fit to be under a street. But this is the border between New Nations and the island, by the way, in case we forget it. Anyways, this monorail is really helpful to get around New Nations because it walks faster than me, so like I can do that. That's the 1.0 train we were just riding. So that's a little example of where we were actually at, if you're curious. And this is where Northeast New Nations is, and that's Northwest, and I'm still required to like ride the entire train because like that's that because I have to ride it. That's the 2.0. That's where we are at. It's, to be honest, it is kind of better if you're doing a tour guide. It's kind of better if it was like above ground, but like it's a subway, so like you can't really do much about that. It's a really fast commute, by the way. If you like made this around this trip, you couldn't beat this. This is the very northern western section, so like this is the most western station of all, northern station of all, and then I don't know about western because like yeah, that western, that's not gonna fit the line, so that's not the most western station, but ever. But in the amount of me talking, we just made like $80,000 in like I don't know, like 20 minutes, so like it's a pretty fast. Metal fence, I didn't finish it yet, but it's expected to go through this part, but this is the section I was talking about. The 3.0 used to pass through this, like, it was over there, and it went down all the way underground. It was so dangerous, I felt like, probably not, but, like, so, like, I decided to quit it. But monorail still go through it. Orange Line's over there. 3.0 was originally there. The complex for the 3.0 was, like, so, like, unorganized. Anyways, I'm going to show you through the Far East Tunnel. I don't know if it existed yet, but this is the East Island Station, but now it's under there, so just wanted to clarify that. I'm going to take a trip down the Far East Tunnel, because I don't know if we ever visited that, but So it's a tunnel that connects. I don't know if people use it. I still have to add trash cans in case people litter through it, so people littering has to always. Wow, this is a lot more people traveling through it than I thought. Wow. I should have made it a one-way or something. Frida, you're making it through that. Oh, red line. You know, I'm gonna start the red line. I'm gonna start the welcome center, and then I'm not gonna ride the blue line because the blue line didn't change at all. Just for clarification, besides the complex. Don't do this at home, kids. This is my park, so I can do this. But and also go through the right way. I'm just doing this because this is a police emergency. But the blue line hasn't changed besides the complex, which I'm not gonna go through. You can watch that old video. I'm just gonna like make sure that I go through everything that has changed. So what is the next train that arrives? So the red and the orange both just left. Great. I'll just wait for whichever one comes, then I'll wait for it. So I have I have two chances here, 1/2. And no, they don't make the same stops. Red and orange. Red is the second local, and then the orange makes a stop at Intense Rides Boulevard, which those other two don't. So I'm gonna get in this one. So we have a new station. I don't know if actually not. It's not a new station, but the Bus of the Moore River station included the orange line, so it's there. The blue line hasn't changed. It hasn't added anything new besides the complex again, so I'm not gonna ride it. So if you want to ride it, you should definitely watch the old video because it hasn't changed and it won't. Actually, it probably will, but mainly it has stayed the same. So I'm just gonna show you that, and the orange line should be coming with us in a bit. Now, I don't want to ride the orange line because it's pretty much the same thing here, but it's basically, it has an additional stop there. And the thing is, this one and that one are like so close to each other that like that one has like one of the stations you have like a 5-minute layover, which takes like forever. So I'm just going to trace the same path as it does. So basically all three end up meeting at the same area here at the complex. So yeah, we just beat this one here. And no, I don't know if they like stop at the same time, but it's close enough, you know. Now the orange and the blue for some reason go here, which is pretty unnecessary. I should have made, you know, I should have probably made the blue line go into New Nations or something. I could probably do that, but so the red line has kind of changed. I didn't really want that loop there, so I kind of made it. The red line, the blue line are the same height. I kind of like decreased their height so that they're a little bit lower, like to prevent anybody from having a heart attack or something. But the newly forest station is where we're going to end our journey today. So if you watch that old video, it was so bad that it only had these random streetlights through this, and now it's expanded. We have trash cans, benches, and now I'm going to show you this. We originally just had this staircase, and then it went up to the surface right over here. But now we have this new little booth here, for people that enter into our stations more. We just had that red line pass through there, by the way. And we also have the 1.0, which I'm going to show you. This is not the deepest station. It originally was, but the 1.04 station has took its nominee or what title. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking. This is the 1.04 station. We were just here, like, probably at the beginning of the video, so probably, like, 20 minutes ago. So, this includes the longest and continuous stairs ever. So, there's a lot of long stations, but, I don't know why I keep saying stations, but stairs. But this one is very continuous. So, like that. And that was the 1.0 right there. We missed it. But anyways, that ends the train tour of what everything has changed. Again, I'm not going to really focus on the rides because that's going to be forever, but those are the train updates and how everything's doing in February of 2023. Other than that, I will call this the end of the video. I really filmed it. I filmed this a lot. Like I filmed this like probably like 5 times this entire week, but like I didn't want to post those old ones because the complex wasn't finished yet, and I wanted to finish it before we filmed it because obviously it's gonna look bad if I didn't have the orange open because orange is really significant in this presentation because it wasn't a thing yet, as well as the purple lines. And yeah, RG Land New York is probably gonna be expanding even more, even though it's a really big park. But other than that, I'll see you next time.